The Monster's First Christmas, written and illustrated by Jeremy Whitley, read by Ruth Flaherty. "Today's the day we've been training for," Miss Simpson exclaimed as the last little monster Bardo shuffled to his desk. "We're heading to the human world for your first visit. Each of your assigned scare homes has been cleared for any hazards, so you will be free to explore for 5 minutes, she carefully explained. After making a few last-minute preparations, they were ready to go. Once more, Miss Simpson called for everyone's attention. "Class, it looks like we're all set. When I blow this whistle," she instructed, "you will slide down into the tunnels that I've attached to your desk. Have fun and be back in 5 minutes. She started her timer, blew her whistle, and off each student went. Of all the little monsters, Bardo was most excited. In minutes, he was toppling out of a fireplace that belonged to humans. He lifted his head, but could barely keep his eye open. It didn't take too long before Bardo's eye adjusted to the bright rainbow-colored lights that filled the room. Bardo was mesmerized by the beautiful display that was unlike anything he'd seen back home. He thought it was a bit weird to have a tree inside the house, but he said to himself, maybe humans eat trees. Although the monsters loved to visit the human world, they really didn't know much about them. When 5 minutes had passed, the little monsters returned. The classroom was buzzing with chatter between excited neighbors, who were definitely not using their inside voices. "Settle down, my little monsters," Miss Simpson hissed from the front of the classroom. "Settle down." She directed the students to share their experiences in the human world. Last in the circle, Miss Simpson turned to Bardo. "And what did you think, friend?" she asked him warmly. Nervously, Bardo looked around at his peers. After a short pause, he asked, "Do humans eat trees?" The classroom erupted in laughter. For a moment, Bardo's blue fur turned bright red. Miss Simpson hushed the uproar before answering his question. "Humans are omnivorous, Bardo, so they do eat plants and meat." "No," Bardo responded in frustration. "My scare home had a big tree inside the house and really bright lights of every color were hanging everywhere," he explained. "I thought maybe it was special, like food or something." "Oh," Miss Simpson replied thoughtfully as she finally understood why he was asking. She turned to the chalkboard behind her and drew a Christmas tree. "Did anyone else see a tree like this in their scare home?" she asked the class. A few wings, arms, and a tentacle went up in the air. "This is what humans call a Christmas tree. They bring a tree inside and decorate it with glass, metal, food, and lights," explained Miss Simpson. "Mine had a bunch of colored boxes under the tree," shouted one monster. "Let's remember to raise a tentacle when we have something to add, Axel," Miss Simpson reminded. Axel's neighbor Mango raised his hand. "Yes, Mango?" "The house I went to had huge socks hanging over the monster door," Mango shared. Other students added their thoughts before Miss Simpson called everyone's attention to her drawing of a human. "This is Santa Claus," she announced. The little monsters were silent at first as Miss Simpson told them all about Christmas. By the time she'd finished, most of the monsters had lost interest and started doing their own things. Not Bardo, though. He stared at Miss Simpson, his mouth open wide, shocked by what he'd just heard. "Have you ever met Santa, Miss Simpson? Why doesn't he bring us gifts?" Bardo rattled off one question after another in excitement. "Oh, Bardo," Miss Simpson said with a smile as she gave his fluffy head a pat, "no monster has ever met Santa. Some monsters don't even think he's real. They say human parents made him up so their children will listen and be on their best behavior," she explained. After scare school, Bardo couldn't stop thinking about Christmas and all the wonderful things Miss Simpson had told them. Suddenly, he stopped in his tracks. "I'm going to meet Santa," he declared. But how? He wondered. Just then, he noticed a line of trees he'd been walking along. "This would make the perfect Christmas tree," he exclaimed. Bardo quickly ran back to the school to find a monster, preferably one with arms, to help him get the tree. "Axel, Mango!" he shouted when he was close enough for them to hear. "Where's the fire, Bardo?" Axel questioned. His eyes darted around, checking for danger as Bardo tried to catch his breath. "I need your help to get a Christmas tree," Bardo explained. His friends burst into uncontrollable laughter. "You heard Miss Simpson, Bardo. Humans made that guy up to scare kids. They just want to take our jobs," Mango stated. "Have you seen decorations like the ones the humans have?" Bardo asked. "Maybe that's how humans get Santa to come visit them," he continued. "If we decorate for him, he will come. I just know it." "What if he doesn't?" Axel replied. "Well, then we'll just have a beautiful, colorful village for a while." "I'm in," Mango decided. "Fine, but I'm only doing this because I have nothing better to do." "But I definitely don't believe this guy is going to show up," Axel said, as Bardo led the monsters back to his tree. Axel and Mango approached the tree that Bardo pointed out. Wrapping all 4 of his tentacles around the tree, Axel gave a tug, but the tree didn't budge. "Let me try," Mango said with confidence. "Wow, it's really in there," he grumbled as he struggled to make any progress. "Humans are so small. How do they do it?" Axel wondered. Before Axel could even finish his thought, Mango had begun chewing the trunk. "Why didn't I think of that?" Axel mumbled as he joined Mango. The 2 monsters made quick work of the trunk, and before long, the 3 were on their way to set up the tree in the center of town. "We need to hang stuff on the tree and put lights all over it," Bardo stated. "My dad has a ton of lights," Mango shared. "After we drop off the tree, I'll run home and get them," he promised. "My sister loves to make jewelry, so I bet she can help us. I saw a really long necklace on the humans tree," Bardo explained. "I think we need something like that, Axel. Do you think you can collect as many shiny metal things as you can find?" Bardo asked. "We need to hang them on the tree. Make sure to find something extra special for the top," he begged. "What do you guys think you're doing?" squawked the town tattler Zeke. "You can help us if you want, Zeke," Bardo offered, as he and Axel worked to straighten the tree. "Seems like a waste of time, if you ask me," Zeke replied. "Oh, okay then," Axel said as he winked at Bardo. "The job we had for you is probably too important anyway. We'll find someone." "Give a fella a chance to answer, Axel," Zeke interrupted. "An important job, you say? I'm listening." "Once I find something cool for the top of this tree, we're going to need someone to fly up and finish it off," Axel explained. "So you're saying you need me?" Zeke replied. Bardo grew anxious. "Do you want the job or not, Zeke? We have to finish decorating by tonight or Santa won't come." Zeke paused and thought a second, then flew up and fluttered about with excitement. "I know the perfect thing. I'll be back soon." With that, he was off. As Bardo, Axel, Mango, and Zeke rushed around town in search of decorations, they spread Bardo's plan to the other monsters. Soon a crowd had formed near the tree. Every monster in town brought something to add to the tree. Some monsters brought socks, some brought colorful packages, others brought lights, and a few brought delicious treats to share. Just as the sun was setting, Zeke appeared high above the tree, clutching a star-shaped contraption that reflected the Christmas tree's lights into every possible direction. "Ready?" he shouted down to Bardo. "Go for it," Bardo excitedly replied. As soon as Zeke placed the star atop the tree, the sound of jingle bells echoed throughout the sky. "Ho, ho, ho!" boomed like thunder all around the monsters. "What was that?" Bardo cried. Miss Simpson quickly scurried to comfort him. It's him! It's Santa! The crowd cheered as a massive sleigh pulled by 9 reindeer shot down out of the sky and landed nearby. "Well, this is a surprise," Santa declared as he stepped out of the sleigh and onto the freshly fallen snow. "We've never met," he chuckled as he approached them. "I'm Santa Claus." A couple of monsters fainted as Bardo cautiously approached the man. "I know who you are, Santa," Bardo said sweetly. "I knew you'd come." Bardo turned to the monsters. "Thank you all for all the help. I told you we just needed to decorate and he'd come. We did—" No, Santa interrupted. "While the decorations are very festive, that's not what brought me here." "It was me, right, Santa?" said Zeke confidently. "It was all of you," Santa corrected. "Before tonight, no monster had ever been on my nice list," he continued. "The way you all pulled together to support this little guy was amazing," he said as he picked up Bardo and plopped him into his sleigh. "I couldn't let it go." Santa untied his huge sack of presents and told Bardo to reach in and grab one. After Bardo made his selection, Santa dumped out the remaining gifts from the bag beneath the monster's glowing tree. "You've all earned your spots on my nice list this year," Santa explained to the crowd. "Come and claim your Christmas gifts." Before he could finish, the monsters swarmed the packages. As they opened their presents, the monsters discovered Santa had brought them exactly what they would have asked for. Santa picked up Bardo, hugged him, and put him back on the ground. Nothing but squeals of excitement and crumpling paper could be heard as Santa gave the monsters a final "Ho, ho, ho!" and a "Merry Christmas." Then, just as mysteriously as he appeared, he disappeared into the night sky. Each year, from that Christmas Eve night, they continued to celebrate the tradition that Bardo started with the monster's first Christmas.